Hey, so I'm back on the allotment today. It's the middle of September and today's a fairly special day because it's my birthday. And as traditions go, one of them is that I love to come to the allotment on my birthday, pick the apples from my apple tree, pick myself a few flowers and just spend a little bit of time here just to appreciate the wildlife and the weather, whatever it happens to be doing. And today is an absolutely gorgeous day. I'm so lucky. It's like 20 degrees, September 16th, and I've actually got somebody coming shortly, helping hand, to come along and help me tame the wilderness that is my allotment this year, because as you know, I've struggled a little bit keeping on top of things this year and keeping the mojo going when the weather and the weeds have just got the better of me. But I'm feeling good and the dahlias are looking stunning. I don't know if you can see my sunflowers over there. Look at them. They are so bright and cheerful. So I'm definitely going to pick a couple of them, leave some for the bees, but I'll take a couple home. And yeah, it's just really nice to be here today. So yeah, I'm going to make a few little steps of progress, harvest all the apples because they're all ready for picking. Probably have quite a number of apple crumbles over the next coming weeks, which I'm really looking forward to. And we'll see what else is ready because I'm sure we've got more crops that are just waiting to be picked. Wow, it really is actually quite warm. And of all the jobs, I'm actually starting with a job that some would argue is probably the least important when your plot is getting on top of you, but deadheading is just really therapeutic, and it means that all these flowers are going to continue to flower well into October, and if we're lucky, maybe even November. We've had a couple of really cold nights over the last week, and I haven't actually checked my thermometer yet in the polytunnel to know what the lowest temperatures were. But I'm sure it got at least down to about 4 degrees, but I know in some places in the country they've had a touch of frost and some people have already lost the foliage on all their pumpkins and squash. I'm lucky we didn't get that colder temperature. Everything that's growing is still fine, but we're getting to that time of year now where everything is starting to slow down. But with a bit of regular deadheading, everything should continue to bloom for as long as the temperatures allow. So yeah, the cosmos have grown really, really well. In fact, all the flowers have done well. Just saying, I just sort of bunged them in and let them fend for themselves for so long. Just goes to show that, plants just want to grow, and as long as the slugs don't defeat you too much, you can just leave things, you don't have to be there every single day, every single week. They can fend for themselves as long as the weather is also on your side. And we've had a little rain. Definitely going to pick some of these dahlias. It's amazing, it's that time of the year when, this time last year, I was gearing up for my wedding and getting all panicky about the weather. And I must say, I have been so lucky to have the weather we had last year and not this year's weather, because although the dahlias are great, I don't know, I think last year they probably bloomed quite a bit better. They've been really late this year because we've just not had hardly any sunshine. One thing I must do this year is something I was hoping to do last year and I completely forgot, which was to save some dahlia seed and try growing them from seed. Now, the thing with dahlias is that the seed that they produce isn't going to grow and look anything like the parent. In fact, it can vary massively. But I just quite like the idea of that potluck, what's going to grow. So I must try and remember to save some seed from them before they get too mushy and mouldy this year. So remind me, save some dahlia seeds. Here he is. Oh, you can leave the thing there. You can probably leave it there.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can get any further than this.
No, I know. Yeah.
These, so 2 batteries.
Okay.
Dot of growth.
Yes. Hence why you're here.
Thank you.
You say hi to everyone.
Hello.
The grass growth this year on my paths has just been phenomenal with all the rain that we've been having, so I've been having to trim it quite regularly, but I've missed a few weeks here and it's getting really long, and I find that sometimes nothing's better than having a really good trim of the grass. If nothing else, just doing that alone can make you feel so much better and like it's a bit less of a wilderness because there's something in control that you've been able to tame. Got them on the apple tree picking. Got some good ones.
Yeah, the good ones.
A couple of bad ones.
A couple of bad ones, but there are a lot of them.
Yeah. It's been a good year.
Yeah.
I didn't really get many last year. I did have a few problems with squirrels and rats, but they are looking really good. We don't actually know what variety it is, but I think it's part of like the Cox family. What do you think? They can be a little bit tart, can't they?
Yeah, a bit sharp.
Bit sharp, but it's quite crisp.
A bit, I guess.
But yes,
But satisfying.
yeah, we tend to use them for like
You're a bit acidic though.
mostly cooking, but that's because I don't eat, 20 kilos of apples.
Coward.
So I'm sure we'll get a good couple of crates full this year. You're a winner!
Circus of value.
It's a good one too. Hey! I mean, I could just grab it.
Better.
Oh, there you go. Now, whilst I leave him wrestling with the apple tree, I'm going to see what's ready for picking in the polytunnel. So, the tunnel, we've got tomatoes, and they're very slowly ripening. It's just been a bit of a slow season, but then I did start my seeds a lot slower than last time, to be fair. But I'm just going to harvest them individually rather than truss by truss, because he loves to eat them raw. I don't, but they look beautiful. These ones, you can see the stripes on them. Must be the Tigerella. That one looks really nice and ripe. And we've got quite a few cherries, lots of Gardener's Delight this year. We've had quite a lot of rain. Touch wood, I can't see any signs of blight yet. Those are looking beautiful. These must be Gardener's Delight. And you know what? The bowl's already filling up pretty quickly. We've also got peppers on the way, and these are sweet peppers. They're the long sort. Not yet anywhere near ripening. Come on, sunshine. Look at that. Don't usually do very well at growing sweet peppers, so quite surprised at these. These are the Corno Rosso, I think that's what they're called. And we've also got some little chilies on the way. I did take a few plants home with me when it got cold, because they're the nice variegated colours that I really want to keep for next year. I'm going to try and overwinter them at home. This year I'm also growing a few of these really unusual coloured ones. Is it called Black Russian, I think? Can't quite remember. Don't really know how you know when they're ripe, but it's got a little bit of softness on it, so maybe it's ready. I'm not quite sure. There we are. How about that? I'm pretty pleased with those. Let's see how my apple picker is getting on. Hello.
Hello, look at this.
Look at this.
Ooh, butters. How many apples have I got in one go?
Way. I don't know. Count them out.
4,
Jackpot. Oh, one more.
5.
Would you like a snack?
I love a snack.
I want a taste
It's got
test.
stripes on it.
Yeah, that one's called Tigerella.
Nice.
But since I don't eat them raw, you have to let us know what it tastes like.
Very juicy. That's really good. It tastes like a cherry tomato,
Uh-huh.
but it's bigger. Oh, whoa. So like moist. Sweet.
Nice. Okay.
Very messy.
A good vote for the Tigerella then.
Mm.
We got some that you'd like as well, the black ones, look.
They're really good. Get them again.
You don't have to try that one. I don't quite know if it's ripe. I might cut into it instead, or you can just eat it.
No, it's not right.
No, okay. Put it back. Cool. The beans have done really well this year, and most of them are now ready for harvest, but you need to let them dry on the vine for as long as you can, so they go all crispy and dry like this. If you're growing beans for podding like I am, this variety is called the Belotti bean, and they absolutely look amazing when you pod them. They're all speckled, and I will pop one open in a minute for you, but I'm just taking off the ones that are ready, because quite a few of these, you can see they're still quite bright pink on their pods, so they've got a little bit more drying to go until they turn that more browny purpley kind of colour. And then I'll take them home and then pod them, and then they're ready to store for use over autumn and winter. I've also got up here my other bean, the Greek Gigante, I think it's called. And essentially these are like butter beans, so they're going to be really big, fat, buttery beans that I particularly like in sausage casseroles, or like a tray bake with loads of vegetables and sausages and sage. But I've got a few other Belotti beans up here mixed in as well. But these ones are going to take a little bit longer. You're watching me over there. Shut up. I'm not used to having an audience when I'm filming. But yeah, they've got really big pods, although some of them, it doesn't feel like they've got a huge amount of beans in them, so we'll see about those in a couple of weeks, I guess. But these structures have done so well. But yes, I got them from Katie, who runs the Old Orchard Garden Antiques, and I am very impressed. And also just so pleased that it's been a good year for the beans, despite the lack of warmth that we've had, really. Oh no, drop one. Not a bad start. Probably got triple more of that to go. Still watching me. How amazing are these? I think they're called teddy bear sunflowers, and I picked them up at a plant swap. Bethan has grown these from the Nottingham Organic Gardeners group, and yeah, I absolutely love them. my apple picker's been upgraded. He's now cameraman. So you have to let me know if he's doing a good job. Yeah, so getting some dahlias now. And they just remind me of our wedding. Because they're the same ones that were in my bouquet and your buttonhole last year and all over the venue. And if you're interested, there is a separate video all about the wedding flowers, if you haven't already seen it. I want some orange ones, come here. I like to leave the cosmos for the bees, but I'll just get a little bit. You know what I didn't put in my bouquet last year? I mean, it would have matched the colour combo.
You could have got away with that.
Yeah, I don't think they grew last year though, but we'll harvest some more soon. Well, I want to cut a few because they're just beautiful. And I like to pick myself a few birthday flowers. But I don't want to take it away from the bees. So I'll just take a couple. And actually, if you look closely, I don't know if you can see them, there's loads more buds to come. So whilst it would make sense if you want a big vase of flowers, you could cut it really hard down here to have a nice long stem to put in a vase. I've got some really tiny little glass bud vases, so I'm just going to harvest a few heads so that I'll still have loads more to come. Here we are. Can't forget the grasses. And the one thing I love about this grass is that I didn't even sow this year. It just self-sown itself from last year. So once you sow it once, you generally don't really need to grow it again because it will just pop up wherever you last grew it, which is great. We've got a few squash in here, you know?
Yeah.
They're just hiding under all the foliage, so they're in here somewhere. I think that'll do. Ugh. Well, we've harvested the apples, got some tomatoes, got me a bouquet of flowers, and the beans. I forgot about the beans.
Got beans.
Yes, so I think we are going to head home now and maybe go to the pub.
Let's go pub.
Let's go pub. Yeah, so thanks for watching. It's been nice to have a bit of extra company and help here today. Thank you. And we will see you very soon. Or at least you'll see me very soon. You probably won't see him for another year. Cheers. Bye-bye.